It's going to take me way more than 60 seconds to get everything. Always told to circle away from the power punch. If I start hitting you with my left hook. So we gave you some details on the lead hook. Now we're going to look at it in a little bit more depth. Okay, so my favourite punch is the lead hook. Off the southpaw or the orthodox, I don't mind, whichever hand's at the lead. The beauty of the switch is that now your power hand is your lead hand. Okay, so we'll talk about that in further detail. We aim to do these videos once a week on these punches, so we give you more and more in-depth information as we go through. But now we're going to talk about the basics. For me, what makes a good lead hook is setting your angle in your arm early and then using the body to be the driving force behind the punch. I.e., I'm not slapping with my arm, I'm setting my arm in position, so this is solid now, and now my body mechanics and my hips are going to bring the power with that. Now obviously we can't run around a boxing ring with our arm out here like this, although I will talk about a modified guard that I use, which enables me to hit the head and body, which looks something kind of like that. Again, for down the track, look forward to. Okay, so what we want to do is set that angle in the arm and then use the body to generate the power. So the way I like to describe it is with the lead hook, so for me it's the left. Okay, I like a 90-degree angle just over, and then when you get into that angle, your knuckle should be in front of your nose. All right, and then imagine you wear a watch on your left hand. Just look at the time on your watch, and all that's doing is making these knuckles prominent. Okay, so your knuckles are down, the heavy knuckles. That's what's going to make the difference between knocking someone out with a hook and hurting someone with a hook. If you bury these two big knuckles into the side of the face, it's a lot more effective than either a slap with the inside of the hand or too much surface area of the knuckle hitting the face. Okay, so in order to get that angle, my hand has to come from my face, make the angle, and then my body needs to twist. This all happens simultaneously. Okay, so I don't just go 1, 2. Right? In learning, I don't mind if we throw 100 hooks like this. So get the angle to where you want it to be. I'm only going to go as far as my elbow. Imagine it's like a rifle sight, and I'm looking over my bicep at my elbow. If I go too far, I'm starting to lose balance now and lose the integrity of the punch. And if I carry on, I'm going to be completely off balance. Okay, so make the angle and then get used to that pivot. You shouldn't feel off balance at any stage. And look, my right elbow is tucked to my ribs. Obviously, I'm in close now. My angle is tight, so I'm in close. This is where the power is going to come from. Okay? I don't want to overextend. Just here. And look at my lead foot now. Let's talk about the foot. I'm stubbing out a cigarette, okay? Twisting. I'm turning my hips inwards. That's what's generating power. Again, foot turns, knee turns, hip turn, shoulder turn. Okay, and the hand is just there to deliver the bad news. All right? So, that's the angle we want. Practice that. Make sure you're not going too far. Make sure you're rapidly retracting that rotation. So you're not leaving it out and pushing with the punch. Again, we want to hit and get back. Okay, we don't want to leave our hand on the surface for any longer than we have to. Okay, so to make that happen, all at the same time as throwing a punch, I'm in my stance now. As I start to move my foot, that's my trigger. And this will happen almost simultaneously. My foot starts to move and I start to create that angle. So my elbow's coming out. A lot of the times it'll be coming off this right hand. Yeah? So as I pull this back, I'm making that movement and I'm getting the mask. So you can practice that if you want. We've done the right hand, boom. As I retract the right hand, I start to make that angle. I use that shoulder turn, I get to here. Okay? But if we're just throwing it from our face, left foot goes first. As the foot starts to turn, the elbow will flare. I'll come up here now, twist. Here, look, my whole body, apart from my head, which is facing my opponent, I'm always looking at the danger, is twisted now, facing towards the direction that I wanted the power to go. And then I'm going to retract that as quickly as I threw it. Boom, straight back into this settled position. You shouldn't feel like you're falling off balance. It should be a nice, tidy, controlled motion, boom, like a coiled spring. Back to the start. Boom, boom, reset, I'm solid. Yeah, again, like I said in one of my first videos, my right leg is flared out. I need to work on that. It's giving me balance, okay, but it's inefficient. So let's turn it around. Hook. Hook. So in closing then, the lead hook, a powerful tool. It's actually telescopic. I can punch nose to nose and still generate power here. And then the further away you get, the more angle I make, the further away I can hit you from. Obviously I'm going to get more power here in tight than I am throwing a long arm. But it's a very versatile punch, it's a very powerful punch. We haven't even looked at hitting the body with it yet, etc., etc. So stay tuned for further work on the lead hook and the rear hooks. It's going to take me way more than 60 seconds to get everything I want to circle away from the power punch. If I start hitting you with my left hook,